both of their eyes widened when they heard the sound of gun shooting. The gun fell down from her trembling hands when she realized that she has just shot the gun at him. Teho looked down and saw that he was fortunate enough that the bullet passed through just slightly by his forearm. He sighed and thanked the God above mentally for saving him from his wife. But still, that slight touch of the bullet was enough to pierce his skin quite deeply, as blood was flowing from his forearm, whereas at the other side, Elsa was frozen at her place as tears started flowing from her eyes. Her eyes were stuck at his bleeding forearm. Teho saw her look, and he already knew that the neck giraffe, which is fixed in his kitten's eye, is about broke down. "It's okay, Bunny." He was about to dismiss her coolly when she cut him off in the middle of his sentence. "No, it's not okay. I'm so sorry." Saying this, she rushed toward him, still crying hysterically, and holds his injured hand carefully. I'm so dumb. I'm so sorry. Oh God, it's bleeding so much," she said panically, and without giving him any chance to speak, she started dragging him with her. Teho looked at his crying little wife with his amused eyes. He was not in pain. It was just stinging him a little and nothing else. He's the Mafia King and has been doing this kind of work since he can't even remember. And this little scratch is nothing for what he has faced just in his training. But his heart warmed looking at his kitten, crying so hectically just because of the small scratch. After so long, he felt that there is someone who cares for him. There is someone for whom his well-being matters. Teho didn't show this on his face, but from inside, he was all fuzzy. He let his little wife drag him wherever she wanted. Yes, he let her drag him. Otherwise, he had came across those giants who were not even able to make him take a step back by all the force they could muster. And here his petite girl is dragging him while cleaning her nose after every few minutes. She took him inside the bathroom, and for a minute all sort of nasty thoughts started invading his mind. She made him sit on the toilet seat and took out the first aid kit, still crying and hiccuping. He was not saying anything, but was just looking at her small, hyperactive form going from here to there. As much as they was enjoying all this, Elsa's situation was pretty different. She was all panicked and scared. A lot of ifs were coming in her mind. What if she had shot him in his chest? What if it was not him and someone else? She was wrong in the pit of guilt, and his silent form was not helping her at all. It must be hurting him so much, Elsa thought, and more tears started coming out of her eyes. She was cursing herself for her stupidity and was trying to calm down so she can treat him properly and not hurt him again. She sat on the floor on her knees and started cleaning his injured forearm. He literally fought his smile when he saw Elsa cleaning his small scratch with utmost care and softness. So precious, he thought, and pulled her up just by his one hand and settled her on his lap. She gasped at his sudden action and looked at him with her wide, teary eyes. Her lips started fumbling, and then she hugged him tightly while hiccuping in his arms. She was scared for him, and he knew that. He couldn't help himself and hugged her more tightly and started rubbing her back. Great. Here he was injured, but consolation was needed to his little wife. Bunny, it's fine, but from now and on, never shoot like this unconsciously, he said softly but sternly. She just nodded her head and pushed herself more closer to him. Teho was enjoying their moment and proximity cheekily when his little woman seriously shocked him while suddenly grabbing him by his cheeks and slamming her soft lips to him. It was very first time when shy Elsa has took the initiative for something so intimate. It did shock the devil, but it also made him feel special. She started kissing him aggressively at first, but then her moves became soft. He knew that her emotions were all over the place. She indeed is very sensitive. So having enough of his cocky self, he decided to stop his mischievous and sincerely handle his kitten. He held her from her waist and made her straddle him, and taking the control, he started kissing her fiercely. She moaned in the kiss and pulled him closer to her by grabbing his neck. Both of them were trying to take the control, their tongue inside their mouth were fighting for the dominance. None of knew what has possessed Elsa. Neither of them knew how they end up in this situation and how things become so heated. But whoever it had happened, they were enjoyed it to the fullest. Elsa was panting badly and was all hot and bothered. She still remembered how much she was scared for him and how her fear led her to kiss him aggressively. She was scared that she have killed him with her stupidity, but now none of them remember why they were here at the very first place. It was just them and their intense desire swirling in the air. Elsa moaned when her devil boy bit her hardly on her neck while spanking her both butt at the same time. She clutched his hair from the back very tightly while closing her eyes and throwing her head back. She could feel intense throbbing and sensation in her stomach. Just to calm that feeling, she rubbed herself more fast into him. Elsa, he groaned and grabbed her butt bum with his hand to stop her from moving. He knew he had to stop this, otherwise he would do something for which she is absolutely not ready yet. Slamming his lips with hers, he stood up from his place. He started walking out the bathroom. Coming inside their room, he threw her on the bed and got a whine of need from his vixen wife. She needs a punishment. He instantly hovered over her small body and put her both hands above her head while grabbing them in his one hand. They Shh! He shushed her as soon as she was about to win again. He loved this needy Elsa. Now, Bunny, be a good little girl and don't tempt me to punish you. He whispered near her lips and gave a chest smooch to her red swollen lips. She looked at him with her big doe-like eyes with hurt clearly visible in them. Hurt and shame of rejection spread in her heart like a fire. Her face heat up in shame and tears started forming in her eyes. He instantly knew what she was thinking. Not giving more chance to her wild, assuming mind, he rubbed himself more into her, but this time fastly and roughly. This is what you do to me, kitten, he whispered and continued rubbing himself on her. Oh God. Elsa almost yelled while closing her eyes and panting heavily. At that time, he knew he gave her happiness, and he couldn't be more proud of himself. Thanks for watching my video. For more Taelisa video, please like, subscribe and share to my channel.